Have you ever felt like you care too much, love too deeply, and notice things others never seem to see? Like when someone's tone changes slightly, or when silence between two people feels heavier than words. If you've ever felt that way, maybe, just maybe, you are a highly sensitive person. And this story is about you. There's a person named Noah. He's quiet, observant, the kind of soul who listens even when nobody's talking. He feels everything: the joy, the pain, the hesitation in someone's breath. When he loves, he doesn't just love. He absorbs. He takes on the other person's moods, their pain, their storms. And in that process, he forgets his own calm. He once said, "Sometimes I feel like I'm too much for this world, like my emotions have no volume button." When he met Ava, she brought light into his quiet universe. She was kind, vibrant, spontaneous, the type of person who'd laugh loudly and forget why she started laughing in the first place. Noah loved that about her. He loved how she could make chaos look like art. At first, everything felt magical. He remembered every detail: the way her hair moved in the wind, the way she smiled when she didn't want anyone to notice. He memorized her energy like a song that never got old. But as time passed, that same sensitivity that made him fall in love started to hurt him. He noticed when her replies got shorter, when her eyes wandered mid-conversation, when her laughter didn't sound the same anymore. Things most people would ignore, he couldn't. Because for a highly sensitive person, silence is louder than words. He'd ask himself, did I do something wrong? Did I say too much? Am I being too emotional again? And every time he asked, the distance between them grew a little more. Ava didn't understand. To her, Noah's intensity felt overwhelming. She once said, "You think too deeply about everything. Can't you just relax and enjoy the moment?" He smiled softly and said nothing. But inside, that single sentence echoed for days. Highly sensitive people often live in two worlds: the one everyone sees and the one they feel. And in that inner world, even the smallest gestures carry weight. A text seen and not replied to. A hug that feels shorter than usual. A conversation that ends too quickly. For Noah, all of these were signs, patterns, signals of emotional change. He started withdrawing, not because he stopped caring, but because caring started to hurt. Every word, every tone, every silence became too much to bear. He'd spend nights replaying conversations in his head, wondering if he misunderstood something. That's what sensitivity does. It magnifies every moment until it feels like the entire universe is whispering at you. Weeks passed. Ava moved on, quietly, and Noah stayed behind, trying to understand why love felt like both a gift and a curse. One night, sitting alone by his window, he whispered, "Maybe the problem isn't that I feel too much. Maybe it's that others feel too little." He wasn't angry, just tired. Tired of being misunderstood. Tired of explaining feelings that had no simple language. And yet, in that exhaustion, something beautiful happened. Acceptance. He realized that sensitivity wasn't a weakness. It was a form of awareness, a way of seeing the world not just through eyes, but through the heart. Being highly sensitive means you notice the small things, the way light filters through the trees, the smell of rain, the quiver in someone's voice when they say, "I'm fine." It means you care even when you're exhausted, love even when it hurts, and keep showing up after being disappointed. It's painful, yes, but it's also powerful. Months later, Noah met someone new, Alara. She wasn't loud or flashy. She was quiet, grounded, and understood silence like it was a language. When they talked, there was space to breathe, to pause, to feel. She didn't rush his emotions or tell him to get over it. She listened. And in that listening, Noah healed. He learned that the right relationship doesn't drown your sensitivity, it honors it. That love doesn't always come from someone who completes you, but from someone who sees you completely. One evening, as they watched the sunset, Alara said, "You feel deeply. Don't ever change that. The world needs more people who feel." And for the first time in a long while, Noah smiled. Not because everything was perfect, but because he was finally at peace with who he was. When you're a highly sensitive person, love isn't about finding someone who never hurts you. It's about finding someone who understands why you hurt and stays anyway. So if you've been told you're too sensitive, remember this. You're not too much. You're not broken. You're just tuned to the frequencies others can't hear. You feel what others overlook. And that is your superpower. Because in a world that often rushes past feelings, you're one of the few who still stops to feel them all. And someday, someone will thank you for it. Someone will look at you and say, "I've never met anyone who feels like you do." When that day comes, you'll realize being sensitive wasn't your weakness, it was your strength all along. So take your time. Feel deeply. Love honestly. And never apologize for having a heart that cares too much. Because maybe, just maybe, that's what the world needs most right now.